It's funny. Today, we're going to talk about all these people. You hear them all the time. You hear all this stuff all the time. And it's, oh, I want a good relationship. Or, oh, I wish I had a good man or a good girl. This is the problem. What people don't understand. They have to look at the broader spectrum of things. They got to look at the bigger picture. And the problem is your past. Your past is ultimately what's hindering you from your future. It's no different than if you filled out a job application. Do you think you're going to go work for a Fortune 500 company when you're used to working at McDonald's? You're not. You're used to making $9 an hour, and your track record says that you don't have integrity, you don't show up to work on time, that you've been fired from your past 3 employers, but you expect to go get a job that gives you great responsibility, making 25, 30, 40, $50 an hour, and you think that's going to happen for you. It's not. It's not realistic. It's not practical. That being said, is your relationship's no different. It's the exact same thing. When I look at you and I say, what's this girl's past like? Her track record tells me she's used to dating goons. She's used to dating ugly guys. She's used to dating dudes that sit at the house with a controller in his hand playing video games. He's lazy. He ain't got no worth ethic. And then you think that you're going to go from that to dating a dude who's good looking, who's got a good job, who holds it down at the house. He's waiting to buy a house. You think that you're going to go from one end of the spectrum to the other. Well, you're not. And the same thing goes with a female. When I look at a girl, I've literally looked at girls in the past, and I'm not exaggerating. It's not to be arrogant, but it's a fact. Is I've looked at girls in the past and said, she's a beautiful girl. She's a good girl. Those are facts. But at the end of the day, I'm too good for her. I know I'm too good for her because I see she's used to dating ugly dudes. She's used to dating lazy dudes. She's used to dating goons. She's used to dating these clowns, and literally I'm too cool for her. So her track record automatically put her out of we're not even on a level where we could ever meet in the middle because her track record from the past. So that being said, we have to be careful about setting ourselves up for our future because that will soon become our past. And if you do that, you'll be better off. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. So when I look and say, well, what are they doing? Or what have they been doing? Or who do they do? Then ultimately that's gonna make your future, more clear or anything. Why? You'll ask yourself, why would an ugly guy or a fat guy get hot girls? Why? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go into details about his past. I don't know where he came from. If he was the popular guy in high school, he put on the weight, etc., etc. Maybe he was always an ugly kid. It doesn't even matter to me. That's not my point. My point is that you see this, and you ask yourself why. And you know why? It's because of his past. It's because of what he's been doing. He's dated hot girls maybe since high school, maybe since middle school. I don't know. But he's dated these pretty girls, and then the other pretty girl sees him with the other pretty girl, and when he's done with that one, or they break up, or whatever happens, then another pretty girl comes right in and fills the void, and that's not a big deal. Never in his mind does he waver from that and say, you know what, I think I'll just go where I belong and date a mediocre girl, or an okay girl, or an ugly girl, which is essentially who he probably should be with, but at the end of the day, he's not, and you know why? He's already set himself up because of his past, and girls will see that, and they'll just say, oh, he dates pretty girls, and then he'll just continue that. And that's the same thing with a guy looking at a girl's past and saying, well, she dates goons. And a goon says the same thing to himself. She dates guys like me. I'm going to get in that. I'm going to get in the roster. Put me in. Coach, put me in. Let me have that. And then, boom, he's the next guy on your roster. He's the next guy you're dating because that's what you're used to doing. And it's okay with you because in your mind, you don't even see anything wrong with it because that's all you know. And I won't say that to say this, is that at the end of the day, occasionally, it's more like the chances of grabbing a scratch ticket and hitting it and winning. Occasionally, things do alter from the past. Occasionally, somebody does pick a winner. Occasionally, an ugly guy gets a pretty girl. Occasionally, a pretty girl gets a good-looking guy who's well put together. But for the most part, it doesn't work like that. It goes off of what you're used to, what you've been doing, where you're at. So I don't know. I just figured I'd bring a little clarity from my perspective, and my perspective is only mine. It doesn't mean that it's right. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means it's It's what I think.